Hello and welcome to the Luxury Lounge. That's right, every Thursday we get in the lounge, we shut the door, and we air our grievances with the world. And there's no grievance that's too big or too small or too frivolous. It is your problem, and it shall be heard. Now, I'm going to get right into it. Our guest is an OKP of all OKPs. Beloved, fantastic comedian, amazing person, Anthony DeVito. Thank you for coming back. People ask for you daily.
Of course, man. You know, just humbled and honored to be in the lounge, as always. The lounge, I've never gotten too big for the lounge. The lounge has always hovered above me.
You never big time the lounge. That's why I love you, man. This is what it's all about. It's so good. You and I are both doing a Zoom from different road locations. Two road dogs doing the day job thing.
Couple. Just lunch pail in hand. I nod to the construction workers as I walk the comedy club. I go, fellas, I get it.
Doesn't that annoy you when comics talk like that? As if we 100%. Do something that has like, oh, the grind. I have people say that to me outside of comedy. Ah, man, you've been grinding. I'm like, I don't know. I stay in a hotel. I show up in a t-shirt and jeans and then talk about farts. I don't know.
Totally. Sometimes I'm openly drunk and I tell you that, and you go, good for you. And you don't think it's a problem at all.
Yeah, the audience laughs. They think it's funny that I'm just hammered.
They're like, oh, we expected that. So cool. It's always comics where you're like, did you ever hang drywall? Because if you ever did, you would be like, this is vastly different.
Right. I haven't hung drywall, and I that's how much I haven't done it that I go, oh, no. I don't, I couldn't call this a grind at all. I've ducked away from physical labor my whole life. How could I?
So that's why we did this. I'll never, when comics, like, they equate us to, like, these just like, these construction workers, these day laborers, and you're like, man, it is so cushy. It's hard in all, like, internally it's hard.
Mentally.
Like, the disbelief, mentally it's brutal.
We're more like applicable to like someone, like a psychiatrist that deals with insane people, like having to hear the stories and how they affect you. Like mentally, I think we get affected.
Oh, of course, man, because you're putting you out every night, and you're going, accept me, and when they go no, like, what do you think that would do to a person? That obviously takes a toll.
I mean, I'm right now. So the special's out. If you're listening and you haven't watched it, go on Netflix, click on it, watch it. It is funny you say that because, like, I've gotten amazing compliments, and the feedback has been more 99.9% positive. But even some compliments, I'm just like, okay, stop right there because you're going into insult land. Like, you know, it was good. I like this joke way better than this other joke. I don't know why you even said that. And you're like, oh no, just stop. Just stop right there. You're good. How did you go all the way around the clock to negative from positive? You know what I mean? And it's
absolutely.
Even that stuff, because and that's what the luxury lounge is for. The luxury lounge is to be able to complain about that, but like, it is even that thing where someone's like, literally, they're coming from the best place they can.
Of course.
But we get like all of their insecurities just sprayed onto our faces with their inability to do a compliment. Even compliments are hard for us.
Oh, I absolutely. Because I remember once I was in Baltimore opening for Michelle, and it went fine. And then like the guy afterwards was like, man, you're good. But. And I was like, no. And then
here we go. It's like going on it's like on the roller coaster, like click, 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 and then the butt, and you're like, all right, the stomach is about to shit out of my ass.
And at that point, you really have that choice. Like, you can walk away, but it happens so fast. There is a little bit of this morbid curiosity about what the butt is going to be. You know what I mean? Right. But I remember, he was like, but she is so good. Like, it's like she's doing comedy and you're, I don't know, you're up there being funny. It's like two different things, and that's cool, but you're doing different things. And I was like, awesome, dude.
Thanks, man. Can't wait to live with that for the rest of the night. Like, thanks for the fun rationalization I have to do for the next hour on how you meant it as a good thing.
Right, and this is a beautiful part of this. That was 8 years ago, and I remember that conversation word for word.
Yeah, no, you can't forget. Even last night, I'm in Raleigh right now, and last night, these three guys, they're like bigger guys. They come up to me and they're like, "Oh, you won't look fat anymore in this picture with us," and they're like making fun of themselves, but also in the process being like, "You're just less fat, but you're fat." Like it was like. I was like, what the fuck is this? And then you have to sit there going, just like you said, you just have to go, ha, 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 ha. And
that's true. I have lost weight.
Right. I
slowly
less
pulls
fat
out
than
gun.
you. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. There was, so I was doing the Winnipeg Fringe. Don't ask me why. Like a month ago.
Winnipeg Fringe. What was it? Just you and a sword swallower on a street corner?
You're not off. I would love to say you're being hyperbolic. You're 100% accurate.
For those listening, the Fringe Festivals are supposed to be like, I get by the nature of the name, it's supposed to be like weird and offshoot type of shows.
Yes.
And a festival, the word festival has gotten bastardized in such a way. I've been to things called festivals where it's just like one room in a school that they have rented out to do comedy one night, and you're like, this is a show. What are we talking about?
Right.
So then there's the Edinburgh Fringe is like a real thing, and then Winnipeg is like, we'll do one, and they're like, you're like, why? Okay, so what was that?
So, so a large part of these Fringe festivals, and I think because we were talking about this like last week, reviews are in Congress with these Fringe festivals for some reason. And whoever attends the festival, you can write a review. Every single person is given credibility. It's basically social media, but like reined in for this thing.
Like under the label, like the label looks reviewer-ish, but it's just any Jim and Joe.
Yeah, it's anybody who came to the show. And it's not like, like stand-up, obviously you could tweet at somebody, you could do whatever, but people are given more credibility for whatever reason. Right. Fringe festivals become synonymous with reviews, whether it be like journalists, audience members, whatever. So, and your show is changing night to night. So you're working on it. So some things are going to be there that are going to fall off. Some things are going to stay there. So if a reviewer comes to one night, they might see a thing that's horrific that you tried, but that's all they know about your show. So that's who they think you are.
Right.
And then they put that in a newspaper. I mean, it's not like, everyone's reading the Winnipeg Free Press. It doesn't matter. But so I do the show. And then this guy afterwards comes up to me and he goes, "Oh my God, man, 10 out of 10. That was the best thing I've ever seen." And I was like, "Hey, man, thanks a lot." And he goes, "I don't know why that journalist hated it. I mean, he hated it. I don't know why he would say those things." And I'm very like, I'll never read reviews because I don't want it to get in my head. I just kind of do the thing, and how it goes, right? But like, I had to read the review, and like, yeah, he caught a bad night where like he wasn't wrong. Like, you know what I mean? I did do a thing where I was like, yeah, man, if you just pluck that from the show, I'd be like, what is going on with this? What did you
do?
So, all right, let me preface this by saying it was a callback to something earlier in the show. So in context, it makes more sense.
You took but for the listeners, you're at this thing. How long is the Winnipeg Fringe?
2 weeks.
8 years? 2 weeks. You were in Winnipeg for 2 weeks? Okay.
Yes, which is like dog years for like, you know what I mean? I was there 25 years. Yeah.
Right. It's like being on the moon. You weigh, this is so... So you're in Winnipeg for 2 weeks, and over the course of the 2 weeks, you're working on your one-man show, which is fantastic, and everyone should go check it out and go support Anthony. Anthony.atilde_. What is your...
Anthony.tildeswindon.net.seascape.org.
Anthony's tagged all over my social media. Go follow Anthony immediately. So you're there for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And over the course of 2 weeks, you're like, I'm tinkering. So you have a joke earlier in the set that you're like gonna call back to, and then you decide to take this one night to try this thing. And what did you try?
I'll tell you. So in the middle of the show, I tell the story about like how I was in high school, and it's very embarrassing, but like this you're like kind of finding your own voice in high school, like comedically, but you're too scared to share that like with the people who you go to high school with, because you go to high school in North Jersey in the 90s and everyone's a maniac.
Right.
So like I started performing basically just for my family, like at home. It's very embarrassing, but I bought all these hats from the mall. I used to come to dinner in a different persona based on the hat I was wearing.
This is in high school.
This is in high school, right?
Okay.
So like, I had all these like, it's like, man, these characters, you know what I mean? Like they're embarrassing, they're problematic, they're all the things you would think they are.
Right.
So but I tell that story earlier in the show, and the show ends on, because my mom has this like irrational love of Jewish people. So the show ends.
I feel it every day.
Yeah. So the show ends on her favorite joke, which is like one we co-wrote together, and the show's very much about her. So like it ends on this Jewish joke. And I thought it would be a good idea to pull out a yarmulke at the end of the show and put it on my head as like a piece of connective tissue to the hat stuff earlier.
Right.
And man, the review is so funny, because the review is like, he's got good jokes left and right, but then he pulls out a yarmulke at the end. And like, I can't defend it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, yeah, man, you're right. And out of context, it sounds crazy.
All of a sudden, he goes into this anti-Semitic yarmulke thing. Where did you find a yarmulke in Winnipeg?
That's the best. I was looking around for like kosher shops. I thought I had to go to a temple to get one. Like I thought I was going to have to take classes. But then there's like a Winnipeg Facebook performers board. And I was like, hey, man, can I get a yarmulke ASAP? And like, I'm not kidding. Like within 5 minutes, people were like, meet me on the corner of like Maine and Manitoba. And somebody gave me a yarmulke on the street. Like it was like a drug deal. They just like passed. Yeah, dude, it was so funny.
You got the stuff?
Yeah,
I got it. Yeah. It's from Jeremy's bar mitzvah, 1982. It's an original.
This belonged to Zachary. Free to well. But the reviewer's name also Ben Waldman.
That's the one thing he couldn't let it go. He was like, I just don't understand.
Of course.
Why would he attack my people?
Of course.
Right. Of course.
Why would he come to Winnipeg to just commit a hate crime? Right.
It's a strange ending, but listen, it is Fringe. So listen, we're here with Anthony. We're gonna get into it. We got emails, we got complaints. If you have a complaint, send it to the Luxury Lounge, JTrainPodcast@gmail.com, JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Anthony, what do you got going on? Tell the people. Give out all the stuff.
What do you mean, like social media stuff?
You have shows? What's going on?
Oh, yeah.
Are you going to, Erie, Pennsylvania? Where's the next shitty town on the tour?
Oh man, no, I'm
Winnipeg,
coming home.
Erie.
Yeah, I do all the great hot spots
You're doing
throughout the world.
Anchorage, Alaska.
Yeah, I'm doing 14 nights in Grand Rapids.
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna do 2.5 months in Cedar Falls, Idaho.
Yeah, he's got a residency out in Sedona.
No, man, I'm coming to I'm gonna be in Key West sometime in October.
Key West is fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun. And
that's
then,
the perfect time of year to go too.
Yes, I'm excited. And then, man, I'm going to the homeland. I've actually never been. I went to college in Miami, obviously, but I've never been to Boca, dude. I'm going to the homeland.
What's in Boca?
November 17th and 18th.
Oh my God! I'll send my parents.
Some comedy night that I'm doing.
I gotta send my folks.
Dude, I need some allies there. Please, man, definitely
do the yarmulke thing. They'll run right out and start protesting.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to get myself in the newspapers,
Right. Everyone go follow Anthony, Boca, Key West. We're sponsored, people. When you're craving coffee, chances you want it now. You don't want to sit in line at a drive-thru, and you definitely don't want to pay $10 a cup. Enter Cometeer, hyper fresh, flash frozen coffee that you can make in seconds wherever you are. Just drop the puck of frozen coffee extract into hot water and you're all set. You can even customize it to make iced coffees, lattes, affogatos, and martinis. I will speak to the Cometeer coffee. Anthony, I wish you were at my apartment right now to try this stuff. It is that's what I think. Wait, you did try it.
The what?
No, that was Nimesh. I got you guys confused.
I wonder why.
Right, you were wearing a hat, an Indian hat at the time. So I don't even know what that is. So listen, Cometeer coffee is so good. Okay, it comes in these capsules and they're frozen. Okay, basically coffee is going bad the minute it's on the shelf. Like all coffee we have is like no good. These guys at Cometeer, they flash freeze the coffee and it is so fresh. It has no bite. I've never tasted coffee. Like, we don't know what coffee tastes like until you've had Cometeer. I can't say enough good things about it. It's so good. You run it under hot water. You melt it up a little bit. You put it in hot water. You put it with ice water. It is so good. And honestly, I'm a guy who puts a lot of like sweet and low and sugar into my coffee. Yeah. No milk, of course. But this doesn't even need it. And it's all different brands, and I'm just such a fan. Each serving of Cometeer is brewed from craft coffee beans from the very best roasters in the country, like Intelligentsia, Onyx, and George Howell. Delivered right to your door on dry ice, and it keeps in your freezer until you're ready for a cup. I've had it. My parents have had it. I am just such a fan. I want people to try it just to experience what a real cup of coffee should taste like. Join the future of coffee with Cometeer and get a curated starter pack of their most popular roasts. Go to Cometeer.com/JTrain to get a free 8-pack and a travel mug when you sign up. That's a free 8-pack of coffees and a travel mug when you sign up at Cometeer.com/JTrain. Cometeer.com/JTrain. Here with Anthony DeVito at Anthony DeVito _ on Instagram and all the good stuff. Go follow. I'm going to do my complaint. You ready?
Go ahead, man, please.
Hit the music, Shelby. Jared, he has some problems. Jared, he's got some issues to do. Get off his chest right now. Jared has a lot of issues. Jared has a issue with a lot of things that we can discuss. Can you relate to the problem now? Okay, I'm hearing wrong. You would think, Jared, you just had a Netflix special come out. You're touring the country. Top 10, which
you and Heart of Stone.
That's me. That's me. Me and Heart of Stone. Me and Gal Gadot, as you said before we started taping. Me and Gal. Two Jewish people who are very angry about your yarmulke bit. So you might be wondering, Jared, what could you complain about? I mean, we did just complain about compliments I've gotten on the special, but I have more complaints. Yes. I got here around 2:00. I eat egg whites in the morning. I eat egg white omelet. I'm always looking to get that egg white in, egg whites and bacon. It'll fill me up. I like it. So it's not like I'm being healthy, but I'm being healthy. I've rationalized it in such a way. So when I get to a city, I just search eggs in Google Maps.
Really?
You can do this. You can write eggs.
That's like something my mother would do.
It does feel out of date. It does feel like I don't know what I'm doing. You know, what I figured out is that if you go to Google Maps,
eggs, Google.
Is there eggs? And I'm just wandering in the middle of Raleigh. Has anyone seen any farm fresh grade A eggs? So I put into Google Maps eggs, and I've done this a lot. And basically, it searches every restaurant with eggs on the menu. So there's room for mistakes because if there's an egg on a burger, that will come up. So you have to be discerning with where you head towards. Because again, it's 2:00. For some reason, we've decided that eggs shall not be made after 1. Like, I don't know why we live in this world.
I agree with you. For whatever reason, we decided upon eggs as a breakfast food, and we went, we limited eggs. And you're like, how dare we do that?
Right.
There's so much more. We've stifled eggs throughout the years.
We have stifled eggs. We have made eggs into a more... Why can't I get an omelet at any hour of the day? Like, Denny's is the only place that gave eggs respect, because it is crazy to me that you just can't... Like, I went to a place yesterday. This is another complaint. That's not even my complaint. And they're just like, no, eggs are done. And I'm like... I don't get it. I don't understand. You crack an egg, you got them.
Exactly.
The oven's on.
Yeah, it's not like post-noon eggs don't come out. Like you can't crack them anymore. They're crackable at any hour.
Any hour.
Doesn't matter.
I go on Google Maps, I type in eggs, and there's a place that's near here that I've been to in the past. I've trusted it for its egg, its egg making skills.
Of course, yeah.
So I don't want to give the name because I think they're called Morning Times or something like that.
Sure.
Okay. When you go on Google Maps and you type eggs, go ahead.
They didn't. Most egg heavy places will do an egg pun within their name.
Like excellent. And
yes.
Like, yeah. No, I'm always on the hunt for an egg pun. Egg pun. When I go to Google Maps and I type egg pun goes to the top of the list. That's like my first. You're right. That's my first move is egg pun. Yeah. So, and then I start looking for uses of the word morning, diner. Like these are all keywords. Again, just like I said at the beginning of this, like I know I'm putting egg into the search bar and it's really stupid, but you learn over time things to look for when you're looking for this egg.
For sure.
So I put in egg, and then you have to hit the button that says open now. So it only gives you the options of the restaurants that are open now.
Okay.
Then you go to the list, you look for egg pun, okay? If there's no egg pun, you look for morning something.
Right.
And then you look for diner. So I'm looking through the list, and this place, Morning Times, they're open till 6. I go... Here we fucking go. I got my egg fix. I walk 15 minutes in the Raleigh heat. In Arizona they say it's a dry heat. You never hear this, but I would describe Raleigh's heat as a wet heat.
Mm-hmm.
A soppy, moist, wet heat.
Yep.
I'm in jeans and a t-shirt. I didn't even change. Again,
you're soaked at that point.
Soaked. I am just basically a drenched loser. Yeah. And I'm go ahead.
I was going to say, you're like the one guy at the water park who like somehow didn't expect to be at the water park.
Right.
Jeans and a t-shirt.
Right. I'm the guy at the pickup basketball game who was wearing jeans. I'm jeansy. Yeah. So I walk in there like I just like came off the Sahara Desert. Like I found this oasis. And I think by this point, the time matters. I might have said the time wrong before, but I think I walk in and I look at the menu and it says kitchen closes at 3.
Ugh.
And I'm like, that should be on
of course.
Their website, the Google. Like I look up, I see kitchen closes at 3. I go, kitchen closes at 3. They go, yeah, but we got, all these pastries, cookies, croissants, and you're like, no. If I'm asking about the kitchen, if I say out loud, kitchen closes at 3, don't mention anything non-kitchen related.
Of course.
Don't even look me in the eye and go croissant. I wanted to take the croissant, eat it, spit it in the guy's face. I was so mad
Right.
Because you're like, what? In what world did I go kitchen close at 3? No, but we have cookies. Like, no. I came for
here
kitchen.
For kitchen. I'm here for kitchen. Yeah.
And if you on your website, you don't close at 6. You close at 3, and you have a coffee bar till 6.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah.
To not have this on the site, I was like, I walked, and I was so mad, and I ended up not even eating.
Wow. So you didn't even get a croissant or any of the pastry offerings?
I would not do that.
Right. Out of pride.
Pride, and also like I was like dead set on this egg white healthy moment, and it's like it would be a defeat. It'd be like the minute I sunk my teeth into that cookie, I'm just a loser. I've given up on the day in my mind.
Yes. Oh, absolutely, man. That's why I never understand, like, the people of France, they get such high praise for their intellect and sophistication. They eat chocolate for breakfast every day.
Yeah, giving up every morning. They wake up to give up every day.
Yeah, every morning they have a chocolate croissant and a cigarette, and you're like,
right.
These people are the epitome of class.
Right. We're like, no, if they were here, we'd be like, they have a problem. Right. Did you just get a divorce? You're eating chocolate and cigarette in the morning. Are you okay?
Yeah. Are you a 7-year-old? You just lost your partner?
Yeah. But Anthony, before you start complaining, let me just read this because we are sponsored. You're not 16 anymore. This sponsorship starts out pretty negative.
Pretty impressive.
When it comes to your skincare routine, stop giving in to TikTok trends and trust science. Oh, I like this. If you're looking to reduce the signs of aging, check out OneSkin. It was created by a team of 4 female PhD-level longevity scientists who've studied the biology of aging for over 15 years. After testing thousands of peptides, they found OS1. The OS1 peptide is scientifically proven to target aged cells and reduces the biological age of skin by several years. I got to say, I've been using it, and it's called OneSkin, okay? I've been using it. It's easy. It feels good on my skin. I've noticed, I do get a lot of compliments on my skin, if you've watched my Instagram videos. In a 12-week clinical study, 87% of users had less wrinkles and 95.5% had more firmness in their skin. The results speak for themselves. OneSkin is for everyone that wants to prevent or reverse the signs of aging with a groundbreaking approach. OneSkin addresses skin health at the molecular level, targeting the root cause of aging so skin behaves, feels, and appears younger. It's time for you to experience a new skin health routine at a discounted rate today. Get 15% off with the code JTrain at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co with code JTrain. We only have one body, one skin, and only you can choose to make it better. Age healthy with OneSkin. So we're here with Anthony DeVito. Let's hit the music. It's the guest's turn to complain. They're ready to jump in. They've got lots of problems too. It ain't all about Jared. Let's hear their complaint of the day. Let's hear their complaint of the day. They're invited on the show to have some fun and complain with you. Let's hear that complaint. On to your complaint.
Yeah, man. So this happened like 5 minutes ago. So I'm in Minneapolis, and I'm in this it's a very loft. It's an interesting neighborhood, man, because it's like
I know the neighborhood. My friends used to live in that neighborhood. It's a lot of big buildings that are loft is the correct word, but they're new. It feels like a part of town that was just built 7 minutes ago. In the future, it feels like a futuristic part of town. I know where you are.
Yeah, it's a really there's a lot of bougie, it's mainly CrossFit areas.
Right.
I swear to God, there's 4 West Elms. It's all mainly bridal shops, and
you're in West Elmville. Minneapolis.
Yeah. And then it's kind of fun too because it's like very close to the baseball stadium. So there's all that going on, and then there's just strip clubs. So it's like very much like, what do you want to do with your afternoon? You know,
right?
Buy a couch or come in your pants.
Or buy a couch, then come in your pants on the couch.
Yeah, you can do it all. You can do it all. You're here in West Elmville.
Come to West Elmville. Will you come in your pants every hour, no matter where you are. Yeah.
Yeah. You always want to be coming and sweating and purchasing. Those are the things you want to be doing at the same time.
That's what we do here in West Elmville. Purchasing, coming, and sweating.
So there are all these businesses where you just like we went to a place like Taco and Steph are here, Julia's here. So we all went to a place we thought was for brunch, but then we walked in and it was like, oh, this
you're doing an hour hit class and you're gonna come during it.
Yeah.
What is this? We thought we were having pancakes.
Yeah. It's just like
you're doing burpees.
Yeah, you're like, can I get a latte? And they're like, do you want me to jerk you off? And then after that, we'll do a Soul Cycle experience.
Right. What happened in West Elmville, USA? Yeah. So wait, you thought you were getting brunch, and what was it?
It was just, it was honestly, it was like Entertainment 720 in Parks and Rec. It's just like a giant white space with like, you know, people riding by on bicycles. Like, you're just like, what do we do here? Like, I honestly, it's like one of those places where if you just sit down, you think it's so confusing. These sort of like multi-purpose spaces where like, man, it said on Google Maps coffee shop, but now I'm on the 6th floor in a pitch meeting. Like it's,
was it like a market of sorts? What was it?
See, that's the thing. It's like a market, but then like half the shops are closed. And then it's like people going to work. And then you have to walk through different like hallway. You're like, oh, it's not really a coffee shop. This is a WeWork that has coffee. But on Google Maps, I guess this is like a Google Maps complaint as well. Yeah. Where like Google Maps doesn't specify like this is a business. Instead, you just walk into like a marketing hub and you're like, somewhere there's coffee. I know that. There's a scavenger hunt that I have to go on. I have to pass through people with like, you know, colorful design sunglasses and like, you know, all those things just to get a goddamn cappuccino.
Right. In some of these places, they're just the children of rich people who started like a company that sells one T-shirt. Yeah. And that's it. Like some of these places are part coffee shop, part WeWork, part like artist. Like I started a business kind of. You know, I know what you're talking about, like thrift store that also has their own homemade soda. Like you're like, and it is a weird thing because it's basically what they've done is like, they're like, we can open anything anywhere now. Like there's no malls. The mall is gone. Meet the new boss, same as the old boss, but it's not. It's like, you know, they want to be an interesting mall. So they're like, you can also come here and, you know, take a shit in the floor, and you do whatever you want here. Just please pay us rent.
We don't have bathrooms. The floor is the bathroom, and they're never named concrete things. You know, like it's always just like visions, quest, and you're like, I just want coffee. That's all I want.
The mall was the mall, and you knew what you got out of the mall. Now it's marketplace, and really anything could happen. You know, you really don't know.
Anything can happen except for the one thing you want. And Google Maps is not keeping up with, they're not abreast as to what these people are doing. So, it's next to impossible. But you're right. It's like, it's 4 people in there. It's 1,000 square footage of space. I mean, 1,000 is, you know, being modest. There's like 10,000 feet of square space. And it's
a person's, you were just at someone's apartment. 1,000.
No, it's like it's a rave warehouse, humongous kind of place, and then it is like 3 people selling their T-shirts, 400 people on laptops, and then you got to go down 2 flights of stairs, and there's just like a woman in the dark selling lattes, and you're like, oh, I guess this is what I was after.
Hello, I've been trapped down here. We don't have cold brew anymore.
We don't know why the silo was built. And we don't know who built it.
Well, everyone go follow Anthony at Anthony DeVito _. Yeah. Go follow. Let's do some complaints. You ready?
Please. Yeah, let's.
JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Luxury Lounge. Coffee refills. Jared and Guess. Feather. Okay. Love the pod. I've been joking lately that when my baby's born in a few months, the 3 voices he'll know are mine, my husband's, and yours because I listen to your podcast so much. Well, thank you. On to my complaint. Can you imagine the baby's where is he? Gets out of the womb. Hey, Dad and Mom, where's the other guy?
Yeah, his first words are hello.
Yeah, on to my complaint. I love any breakfast place that has unlimited coffee, but I hate when they come by and refill my coffee without asking first, when it's only half drank. I had my ratio of cream and sugar perfect, and now it's been ruined by adding half a cup of coffee, and I have to struggle to get it perfect again. Thanks for letting me air my complaint. Totally agree. Anthony, what do you think?
100%. This is such a great complaint. Just because, it's like, look, man, I don't have agency over anything in my life. Right. I just want that over my coffee. I ordered this thing. I took the time. I completely get it with balancing out the ratio of milk and coffee. And then here you come like American colonialism and just come and take over.
Wow, that got serious real quick. I didn't see an American colonialism.
This is bigger than coffee.
Right. I agree with you. Also, the agency thing, not just sugar and cream to coffee ratio. How about coffee to human ratio? We all have I can handle 2 cups a day. I can handle 1 cup in the morning, 1 cup in the afternoon. Now you've thrown the whole thing off. I don't know how much I've had or how much I haven't had. I'm going softer on the second pour because I wasn't sure if I drank a lot on the first pour. It's all horrific. Also, we lose the classic line of, "Can I warm you up?" If they don't say, "Can I warm you up?" We've lost something in Americana. To speak to our American heritage, there is nothing more American and nothing that feels more like a hug than a diner waitress going, hey, cutie, can I warm you up?
Yeah. Hey, with a raspy smoker's voice.
Hey, yes. Yeah. Hey, cutie. Hey, honey.
Hey, sweetheart.
Yeah, doesn't that feel good?
Of course, man. Yeah, you're right. The terrorists have truly won if we have lost that.
Right. Yeah. I say that to women before I go down on them. Hey, can I warm you up?
Not me. I do the opposite. I go, can I ice you down? And then I take out my cubes.
That's what, wow. A different lover. And Anthony goes cubes.
I've been called an unorthodox lover by every girl that's ever slept with me.
He brings over all these ice cubes. He rubs me down. I didn't think I'd be into it, but you know what? Now this is what I need. That'd be scary. Like you hook up with someone, they bring out these ice cubes. You're like, then you're into it. Now you have to like tell the next partner.
Of course,
I'm a cuber.
Yeah, I'm a cuber through and through. It's going to sound crazy, but you don't understand the impact of an orgasm on a frozen vagina.
JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Here with Anthony DeVito. Luxury Lounge. First birthday gifts. Jared and hilarious guest, Feather. I don't know if this truly falls under Luxury Lounge or not, but I know you were the only one I could turn to with this complaint. Listen, if it's a complaint, you're in the right spot. I received an invite for a close friend's child's first birthday party with the attached message in reference to bringing gifts. Now this, did they give the, maybe it's in the email still? Shelby might have fucked up.
That's all right, Shelby. You
Classic
do so much
Shel.
for us.
He really does. Let's see if I can find. Hold on. Maybe it's in the email. Let's read it and see what happens. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Now, this request is perfectly fine. Okay, we don't know the request. However, this woman comes from an insanely wealthy family. Her and her two sisters do not work because they live off trust funds, and their husbands have average paying jobs. I got another request. Despite this, they live in homes worth well over $1 million each that their parents bought for them and renovated for them in very wealthy towns on Long Island. Their family has a private jet and multiple vacation homes. Their parents even pay their weekly groceries. The groceries is
crazy, man.
It's crazy.
Can't have people paying for your apples.
No, and they're going to like the nice grocery store too. That's why. And get them delivered to each of their houses. It's absurd. If paying for their child's future college tuition one day was the only thing they would have to pay for in life, they could easily do it. However, their dad has let it be known that they will be paying for each grandchild to go to college. Currently, 7 grandchildren. So not only do I know this money is not going towards this child's future college tuition. Okay, so that was the request, that they give money towards the kid's college tuition. That's crazy.
Wait! Break it down one more time.
So let me break it down. So they get invited. Shelby really left us up Schitt's Creek without a paddle. Whenever you come on, I don't read the emails ahead of time because I want it to go. I like when our episodes go off the rails. So totally. I'm like, I didn't even read ahead. I was like, oh, it's Anthony. Right. We're gonna have fun. Yeah, Shelby. So I guess what happened was, if I'm to make an assumption, please, is that this person got invited to a first birthday party for someone they know is already wealthy via their parents. And the request is that in lieu of gifts, we want you to give money towards a college tuition fund that we're starting, a 529 plan at a first birthday party. Way to take the fun out of a first birthday party. Like, there should be like little ducklings and stuffed animals and like fun balloons, and everyone's like, no, here's your check for Stanford. Like, here, it's just, I just imagine this at the door is like their financial advisor. Like, did you bring the money for the 529 plan? Like, this is insane.
Man, let a baby be a baby.
Right.
I mean, honestly, give them a chew toy. You get, a chew toy. 401k, man.
Right.
They love milk.
It's also incredibly judgmental of the other parents without trying to be judgmental. You're like, oh, you guys had lollipops and got stuffed animals? Right. We're preparing for their future. They're going to be taking Chinese classes next week thanks to this money. Like, you're an asshole.
Yeah, man, that is insane.
I'm left wondering, this person wrote, I'm left wondering what the actual fuck they're using it for. Because they know also, beyond the insanity of it, is the grandfather's paying for college anyways. So where's this money going?
Right, exactly.
I'm so infuriated because I do not have the same kind of money, nor do 99% of the people attending this party. So why do you need $50 from me? I guess they asked for a specific amount. This 1-year-old already has more money than I probably ever will. If they said they were donating this money to a charity or something, I would be more than happy to contribute. However, the fact that this is just going into their already overflowing pockets is just so incredibly irritating. What are your thoughts on this? Would you give them the check? I know in the poem it says, there's a poem, Shelby, you fucked up. We're missing out on this douchey fucking poem. In the poem, it says, don't be stressed. However, I am stressed. LOL, as it feels rude to attend empty-handed after they made that request. Thanks for your valuable insight and giving me a safe space to complain, pissed and poor. What could the poem, roses are red, violets are blue, give me your fucking money?
I'm so rich and yeah, I don't know. I lost the thread.
Roses are red, violets are blue. I'm very rich. Give me your money now, you fucking poor idiot.
Yeah. There is, man, I don't think I've seen anything along the way that got me so mad.
It's angering. It's angering that you're not having just a regular first birthday party, that you've gotten ahead of it in this way. You've sent a poem that somehow softens the blow that you need $50 from me so that your kid can go to fucking college, even though it's going to be paid for by someone else anyways. It goes into a tax-deferred account that is meant for college. I don't know. It's all horrific. And if you have a private plane anywhere in your family, immediate family, if your father brother, sister, if you can fly somewhere, if you have the ability to fly somewhere without going commercial, you need to acknowledge that in everything you do in life. You know, like if you have a first birthday party, you got to give everyone gifts they don't give to you. If you got to give to charity, you know what I mean? Like you have, it's like, have you ever met someone who marries into a very rich family? Have you ever?
Probably, yeah.
So when they do a wedding, like if someone's a billionaire and they marry a not billionaire,
right?
The billionaire family looks at the other family and goes, "Listen, we know you want to pay, but we're doing something else."
Yeah.
There's no, that's the classy thing. Listen, we're billionaires. Okay. Right. I ride a horse to go get my mail.
Right.
You need,
right.
I know you want to do the right thing by your daughter, but I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sir and ma'am, we're going to do a party that is crazy.
Yeah. Meghan Markle's family didn't pick up the check.
Right. Thank you. There was a talk, and it was a little uncomfortable. But but the king and queen looked at, King Tut, whatever the fuck his name, King Arthur,
King Tut, man, you got
King Tut of England looked at Meghan's family, and went, "Put your wallet away. It's going to be a little bit different." And that's what this family isn't doing. They aren't acknowledging, and it's funny because they say like the husbands have average paying jobs, and the daughter like is this billionaire with a private jet, and it's like a little bit of this acting that they're doing, where they're like, "Oh, we're gonna collect money for their college education," is to keep the husband's ego afloat, to let him get hard. And it's like, don't bring me into your husband's erection. I don't need to be a part of his inadequacies and issues that he has.
Right. Yeah. I don't want to be a contributor to his boner. Don't make me be that person.
Right. If go ahead.
Yeah. I was just thinking, sorry, I got too focused on the Meghan Markle idea. I couldn't get out of my head the idea that like they would have the wedding in Buckingham Palace, but the Markles insisted on playing for the rehearsal dinner. And the rehearsal dinner was just like at Applebee's in Springfield, Illinois.
Right. Like they were like, we can't, they won't let us. And you're like, what? Like Prince Harry's like, no, they really want to do this. And you're like, well, what are we going to, where's King Tut gonna go? And they're like, he's gonna have to go to Applebee's. Like it's gonna have, that would be, that's insane.
The royal family and the cast of Suits, all just like having jalapeno poppers.
I love that. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. JTrain podcast at gmail.com. Here with Anthony DeVito. Go follow Anthony. Luxury Lounge, free beach house with awful decor.
I'm in already.
Jared, I'm writing this to you from a beach house in Cape May, New Jersey. I've been to Cape May. You ever been?
Oh, Cape May, historic town.
Historic town.
I don't know why.
That's northern Jersey Shore, right?
No, it's southern. That's
southern. This is Philly, Jersey Shore.
Yeah, it's interesting. It's Philly, Jersey Shore, but it's escaped the Philly scumbaggery. Like Wildwood, like
Boardwalk.
Atlantic City. It's a convergence.
No, so there's Avalon, Cape May, and Sea Isle City. Those are more south. Those are the southernmost tip of the Jersey Shore.
That's man, you've done your homework.
The tip of Bonaire. We've been coming here for the past few years as a family and my parents generously pay for the 2-week-long stay. Oh my God, it's like Anthony's trip to Winnipeg. The house is in a great location, walking distance to the shops, restaurants, and the beach. The house has a modern kitchen and all the amenities. Here's the problem. Every room except the kitchen and laundry room is drowning in Victorian decor and antiques. Every surface has at least a dozen vintage figurines, glasswares, ancient scrolls, candelabras, etc. We end up losing our own belongings because there are so many tchotchkes scattered about. There's a vintage telephone on the wall, an antique butter churn, a gramophone in the living room. What's a gramophone? I don't even know what these things are. There are display cases of shit that serve no purpose but to show off the owner's antique collection. The worst part is the darkness. The wall. Wow. This keeps getting sadder. The walls have dark wallpaper and the windows have heavy drapery that's difficult to open. All the light bulbs are the dimmest, most useless things available, as if to mimic gas lanterns from the 1800s. The house sleeps 7, but the common rooms are tiny. The owner didn't think a modern open floor plan would fit the aesthetic, I'm assuming. When we try to all eat as a group, we end up scattered in different rooms, balancing plates on our laps, eating in the darkness like we are sitting Shiva. Not to mention the creepy old-timey portraits in all the bedrooms that feel straight out of a horror movie. Hard to complain about a free vacation house, so thanks for letting me vent. This is horrific.
I hate when a place decides that, like, oh, we're gonna make you feel like you're in olden times, and you're like, yeah, no. Olden times sucked. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, we pipe in the screams of slaves from the basement. Like, I can't stand this so much. Where you're just like, yeah, man, just give us a microwave, for God's sake.
Right. And also, like, they're using the fact that they're a beach house. Like, everyone wants a beach house, and then they're gonna put their taste onto you. Like, if you're doing an Airbnb or whatever house rental, all your house rentals should be about, I guess they probably live here during the winter or something like that. They probably live in this house, and that's why there's all this shit everywhere. Sure. But if you're going to rent out your house, put it in, get a big box, throw your shit, like do whatever you can to make this hotel-esque. Yes. To make this comfort, because you're basically saying, well, to me, this house is just offering ways for you to have to pay your deposit.
Right. Yeah. We're like, just like, I guess I broke the gramophone.
Right. So. And it's like, that'll be $1,500. And you're like, that's what? And they're like, it's an antique. And it's like, it feels like they've made one of those, like, Catherine Zeta-Jones, the meme with, like, all the lasers from that movie where, it feels like from Entrapment, where they're like, get through this obstacle course of things you could break so that you have to pay us more money for the things that you broke. And that's really frustrating.
And here's the thing, egg white on their face, because most people, in my experience, go to hotel rooms and they just look around for whatever they could shove up their ass.
Right.
So these are just more things.
Very tempting.
That they're going to attempt to shove up their ass.
Where did the lawn gnome go? Why? Is that why you're not sitting?
The poor Cape May Hospital has to deal with all these tchotchkes that they gotta just pluck out of people's assholes.
You must be coming from 782 Main Street. Yeah. You got a
goddamn accordion up your butthole.
Yeah. Candelabra in the asshole. Yeah, we've seen this before. You must be coming from the house on Main. Yeah, no, get in here. Come on. We'll get it out. We've done this one before. You should have seen the guy last week.
He had an ancient scroll down his esophagus.
Just a house. Maybe that's why the family gets this house. They're like, the grandpa's like, I've been shoving this shit up my ass. We got to go back to that house. They got all the ass shoving shit.
And I like the darkness because nobody can see my shame.
This went in a different direction than I thought it would go. And I'm thankful for that. I mean, I always think of, like, this makes me think of and not to, like, start up a fight that an argument I've had before.
Sure.
There's a apartment that the Comedy Works in Denver owns.
Oh, yeah.
The Comedy Works in Denver has an apartment they put comedians in. And I've famously complained about it because it's a bunch of shit you don't need. And totally. There's like a knight in shining armor in the corner. There's a paint set. And there's no garbage can. Yeah. And you're like, what the fuck is this? Right. No, it isn't. There's no garbage can under the fucking sink.
Maybe they have one now. I was there.
Maybe it's now.
I was there last weekend. I think they finally put one in now.
Well, they heard my Patreon. I complained. So I don't know if I talked about this on a podcast, but I complained about it for a solid 20 minutes on a podcast, and it got back to the Comedy Works. I love that club. Don't get me wrong. People were angry that I gave some notes, and it's like,
sure.
If you don't have a garbage can, you don't have an apartment. So, and what ends up happening in the Chachka home and in the Comedy Works Denver is you get even more angry that you're like, they thought of the knight in shining armor, but they didn't think of moisturizer. Like, I want moisturizer.
Yeah.
You know,
there's a pinball machine, but no towels. Thanks a lot.
So this is more, and listen, I love the Comedy Works in Denver. I love doing shows there. I sold out 6 shows there. Believe me, we have a good partnership going.
Right.
This should be the message. Hey, how about a garbage can? But I guess it's already been done, which I appreciate. You know, that's how about cable? How about putting on SportsCenter and not having to connect to my own Netflix to watch Jared 37 and Single on Netflix now?
You know, I really, these places, like, they fall in love with the idea of like being cute and giving you an experience, and then they completely negate necessity.
If I want an experience, I'll go to Dollywood. Okay, I'm not going. I want comfort. I want to be able to, you know, JTrain podcast at gmail.com, JTrain podcast at gmail.com. We got time for one more. Let me see where you are time wise. You got time for one more?
Yeah, man, let's do one more.
Okay.
No, I'm finally coming around, man. I'm so hungover because
really?
Yeah, well, because Julia is opening. We haven't seen each other like all summer because, you know, of all the hoopla. You've been all over.
And you tour the craziest places ever. Winnipeg.
Yeah, I'm not doing well. And then we have, like, you know, our best friends are in town. We went out, and like, you kind of forget, like, we went to a bar after the show. First of all, we went to like a steakhouse before. Like,
Minneapolis is a great drinking town.
Yes. And we went to this like dive bar right near the club where they serve, you know, all these like towns, they have like a disgusting drink that is their claim to fame. And like, you do it out of a sense of adventure, but then like, as you're drinking it, you're like, this is going to affect my month. Like, not even tomorrow.
Chicago's the town that's most famous for it. What's it called?
The ham job.
Is that what it was called?
That's what it was called here. I know what
Malort in Chicago is like that. That's the garbage they make you drink, and it's like there's an age where you age out of it, like where it becomes offensive. Like Malort at 27, I'm like, yeah, I gotta try it. I'll do the Malort thing.
Fun.
At 38, I'm like, who do you think I am? Why would you think this of me? That I would want to do this to myself? Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we, you know, but you know, it's so cheap here. So like, you know, you're getting drunk for super cheap. But it was like, it's a can of beer with a shot of Jameson and Red Bull at the same time. It was disgusting.
Why would anyone put those together? This is horrific.
Horrific. My heart was like beating out of my chest trying to go to sleep. I woke up in such a strange place. So I'm finally now like alert, but it took like an hour into the podcast.
Well, because of the egg white saga, I didn't eat all day yesterday.
Right.
And then I got to the club and I had a coffee because I was like, I guess I won't eat and then I was like, I'll eat after. Then I had a drink afterwards. And then by the time I got food, it was like 1 a.m. and I ate Chinese food. It was the worst decision of my life. Like there's no worse decision than that Chinese. And I like half of it's in the fridge. I was like, I couldn't even eat it. Luxury Lounge.
Yeah. Uber Eats are seamless. Like they should have like a parental, you know what I mean? They should have something on there that's like, hey man, if it's past 11 p.m., we can't give this to you.
Right. Surgeon General's warning. Also, I've always thought that they should have like roulette type of thing where like sometimes it just, you order it, but then it doesn't order anything. It just like never comes, and then it cancels on you, and then it gets too late. And you like last night, if it had canceled on me, I would have been like, thank you, God. It's like,
yeah.
All right, Jay, let's do.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Let's do this one. Luxury Lounge. Coworkers commenting on my healthy lunch choices. Papa JT. My office periodically holds lunches for anyone in the office. I usually go to the lighter options like salad and lean proteins to avoid midday Jewish stomach aches, and since I'd rather save my unhealthy choices for another time. Without fail, every time my coworkers comment on my food choices. Ooh, you're healthy today. Oh, wow, so healthy. Look at those healthy choices, etc. Don't get me wrong, I will guzzle a box of Cheez-Its on the weekend, but due to my issues with food, I can't mentally justify eating a greasy feast and piece of cake at 12 p.m. on a Wednesday, and I don't want to fall asleep at my desk or deal with an upset stomach at the office. Please let me enjoy my sad salad in peace without making me come up with an excuse for my mild eating disorder. Anthony, what do we think? I couldn't agree more with this person.
Yeah. I hate these people because they're just jealous that they're not doing that. So they're just trying to make you feel bad for. I hate people who just try to make you feel bad for improving your life. Like, I grew up in Jersey all the time. You know what I mean? Like, they would shame you for like reading a book. Anything that you could be doing that's like for self-improvement or would benefit you, they would be like, wow, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Right.
Huh? You're like,
whoa, hey, look at someone wants to improve their standing, wants to move out of this town.
Yeah,
whoa.
Yeah. And with eating, it's worse because the stakes are staying alive.
Right. It is insane, especially in this day and age. Like, we are past the point of knowing that like something could be a deeper, darker issue. Like, we know this now. Like, we know that like, hey, when's the baby coming is probably not an appropriate thing to like just say willy-nilly, hey, oh, we eating healthy. It's like, I deal with this every day. Like, what do you want me to say? What do you want me to say to you? I have this happen to me all the time. I hate it because just like the emailer, the idea of a Wednesday 12 p.m. chocolate chip cookie, it may as well be like shooting up heroin. Like, who would do such a thing? And but that's not to say that at 3 a.m. that night I won't be having a chocolate chip cookie by the light of the refrigerator. Like, these are two different things to me. This is how I deal with things because I know if I have the midday chocolate chip cookie, I'm still gonna have the chocolate chip cookie at 3 a.m. So I'm handling it when I can handle it.
Right. Yeah, you know what's coming for you. Right. So to do that, like, the end of the night is going to come with that thing. So to do it in the beginning of the day means you're doubling up. The one's coming.
Whenever someone's doing something off from natural society, it's them trying to get through life.
Yeah.
It is them doing whatever they can do to get to the end of the day where they're in their comfy cozies and on their couch and safe. It's the equivalent of when you golf and you hit left because you hooked the ball. No one looks at you and goes, "Why are you aiming left?" You go, "Well, because I fucking hooked the ball. That's why I aim left." In the same way, why are you getting a salad? Because I hooked the ball. Because I eat at 3 a.m. What do you want me to say to you?
Right, because I'm a broken person where structurally something is wrong.
Right. Is that what you wanted to hear? Is that a fun noontime conversation at the office? Is that where you wanted this conversation to go? Because I'll fucking go there.
Yeah. Let me tell you the explicit details of my addiction in between our discussion about spreadsheets. Are you out of your fucking minds?
Why are you digging so deep? You don't want to go here. Anthony DeVito, thank you for coming into the lounge.
Of course.
The best.
Of course.
Everyone go follow Anthony at Anthony DeVito _ Go follow immediately. He'll be on all my social media, all over. He's going on the road. You're going to Boca, Key West. I'm Jared Freed. We're here every Thursday in the lounge. Keep sending your emails, JTrainPodcast@gmail.com. Back next episode. Boom.